Hello everybody, my name is Bryce McCormick, coming to you from beautiful Chapin, Illinois today, this evening, tonight, wherever it is where you're at. Chapin's a small community of about 500 people located to the west of Springfield, and we have a small volunteer fire department with about 12 members. I'd like to thank Fire Engineering for this opportunity, especially along with them, but Honeywell, DuPont Kevlar for the FDIC 2017 Scholarship. I'd like to nominate our fire chief here in Chapin, Chief Scott Pahlmann. Chief Pahlmann's been with the Chapin Fire Department for about a decade now, and he's been with several other volunteer departments throughout the state of Illinois. He's been our chief for about 7 years, and in that time we've seen the replacement of new engines, new equipment, new turnout gear, and all of those things that make somebody a great leader and somebody that you want to work for. Everybody that I've watched or that I've heard that's submitted for the FDIC scholarship talks about commitment and passion, and Chief Pahlmann definitely has both of those. What I think sets Chief Pahlmann apart is that as a chief officer, he remembers what it's like to be that worker and that new firefighter, because he still has that enthusiasm and that passion every day. And as the chief of the department, he could pretty much say, hey, I'm going to do this job or I'm going to do that job, and set other jobs up for other people. But Chief Pahlmann knows that a new firefighter wants nothing more than get in that first structure fire. And that new company officers, and when you only have 12 members, there's only a couple of company officers, that when you promote a new one, the opportunity for learning and to actually lead other firefighters is pretty limited. You only average probably just under 20 calls a year, running only structure fires and suppression. But one story give an example of Chief Pahlmann at work is they were responding to a mutual aid call not that terribly long ago, and it was a 2-man engine and a 1-man tender. In Illinois, we still call them tankers. Sorry if we're not 100% NEMS compliant, but they were going to operate a tanker shuttle, and generally the newest member, after they go through their driver training, they get the tanker, and then the senior members will get to go in and actually, help assist the other department with their structure fire. And Chief Pahlmann said, hey, new captain, I want you to take this new guy, and you guys go and work as a crew and operate as a team, giving both of them the opportunity to learn, to advance their skills. And he went ahead and operated the tanker and ran that tanker shuttle. Not the most glorious job, a very necessary job, especially in a world with limited water supply, but that's just one example. Other examples are on huge fires where there's already an incident commander, safety officer, and things of that nature already set up, where a chief level officer might not be necessarily needed. You'll find Chief Pahlmann at the pump panel, making sure that everything's taken care of, that the operator has water, or he may be working as the operator himself, giving people the opportunity to go and learn the skill that someday they may be the ones that are in there trying to fight the fire, do things on their own. And if they were at the pump panel, again, while engineer's a very important job, nothing takes the place of going in and actually crawling down a hallway or venting a fire, climbing a ladder, and all that stuff that everybody who's watching that understands. Truly, Chief Pahlmann does have commitment to the department. I know if you asked his wife how many hours he spent up at the fire station, she would say more than most, and that would be a fair assessment. With a department of 12 people, Chief Pahlmann's the first one up here, the last one to leave, whether he's helping clean the bathrooms, things of that nature. Nothing's too good for the chief of our department to get through and to get done. He's never been to FDIC, however. He's gone to several classes in Kansas City and Chicago, listened to those on the circuit, listen to them talk. I've been trying to get him talked into going to FDIC for years, but raising a family, there's a training budget that pays for just limited training, and Chief Pahlmann normally pays out of his own pocket and then sends guys on the department through the training budget. There just hasn't been that opportunity. So when I heard that there was going to be full ride scholarships, I thought, I'll get in the first month. I'll have this great Microsoft movie put together, and here I am FaceTiming on the back of my iPhone trying to put one together at the last minute. So don't let this late submission or poor production quality be a reflection of Chief Pahlmann or his deservingness of this award. I think what sets Chief Pahlmann apart, because all the submissions are going to be very similar, and again, in passion, commitment, desire to learn, desire to train. But Chief Pahlmann, he's the chief when he needs to be the chief, but on decisions, he doesn't just rush into anything. He's calculating. He looks things up on the internet. He gets multiple people's advice. You can find him at a MABUS meeting, which is our mutual aid for our area and throughout the state and multiple states now. Talking to other chiefs, talking to other officers, and finding out what works for them and what they think would be best. And then he makes a decision. And he doesn't make a decision based on what's best for the department, what's best for the village, what's best for himself. He makes his decision on what's best for the two or three people that are going to be riding in the fire apparatus. Now, you could say that's what's best for the department, but there's sometimes that the firefighters, the company officers, making sure that they're safe, that they're taken care of, and that they're listened to and have a voice is what's best. And Chief Pahlmann's never forgot that. Anybody can always walk into his office. Again, he's not there all the time because it's a volunteer department. But you can walk in, sit down with him, have a conversation, voice your concerns, and he's going to listen to them. Not just, oh yeah, thanks for your input, but ultimately I'm the chief. On the fire ground, he's the chief. But in the firehouse, he's somebody you can talk to. He likes to mentor. He likes to show what it is to be a good firefighter, and that's what makes him a good chief. And that's also why I think that deserves, any of the words that you want to use, a 2017 FDIC Fulbright Scholarship. Again, thanks to Honeywell, DuPont Kevlar, and Fire Engineering. Everybody stay safe, have fun, and remember, stealing it from everybody, I'm not here for me, I'm here for we, and we are here for them. Thank you.